You're watching ABC 10.
Live, local, with 10 minutes of non-stop news. ABC 10 News Now.
The June accident left 2 people dead and a teenager behind bars, but today a delay of sentence was given to the young man who caused the accident when his work truck killed 2 individuals riding on a motorcycle. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us on ABC 10 News Now. I'm Danielle Davis. 19-year-old Raymond Anderson of Ishpeming stood before Judge Roger Kangas in 96 District Court today for sentencing. Both families of the victims were given time to speak, and both asked Judge Kangas to not grant leniency to Anderson. However, the Judge Kangas said he found nothing to suggest that a delay of sentence would be inappropriate.
Honestly, say whether people believe it or not, I don't think this court could really punish Mr. Anderson more severely than what he's dealing with.
Anderson's delay of sentence will last 12 months. He must complete an online driving safety course, stay clear of alcohol and non-prescribed drugs, and pay a number of fines. If he completes his delay of sentence without incident, the offense will be wiped completely from his record. Anderson was initially charged with 2 counts of moving violation causing death after an accident on US 41 that killed 64-year-old Gary Kapler of Amique and 52-year-old Diane Polisari of Mohawk. Anderson tried to turn left from the highway onto Lakeshore Drive and entered the path of the victim's motorcycle, crushing it on impact. Police have released the names of 2 people arrested in a drug bust yesterday. They are 47-year-old Donald Jett and 36-year-old James Shoss, both of Ironwood. Both are charged with 2 counts of delivery or manufacture of less than 50 grams of heroin and 2 counts of delivery or possession of a controlled substance in a park within 1,000 feet. Jett is also accused of maintaining a drug house. He's in the Gogebic County Jail on $300,000 bond. Shoss is jailed on $200,000 bond. Officers say they found heroin, methamphetamine, and other controlled substances at 251 East Oak Street in Ironwood at about 8 a.m. Central Time yesterday. 3 other suspects were also arrested. The Gogebic Iron Area Narcotics Team says the investigation is still in progress and there will probably be more arrests. Operating a meth lab gets a Ford River Township man up to 40 years behind bars. 43-year-old Robert Hanley was sentenced as a 3-time habitual offender Monday in Delta County Circuit Court to a minimum of 5 years in prison. He was credited with 104 days served. A jury found Hanley guilty in October of 1 count of operating a meth lab. He was arrested in December 2013 after police found meth-making materials in his home. An Iron River man has been arraigned on 2 charges from an alleged home invasion. 36-year-old Brian Holmberg has a preliminary exam scheduled for December 15th. He's charged with home invasion and attempted armed robbery. The alleged incident is said to have happened in Gastra at about 8:30 p.m. Central Time Friday night. The Caspian Gastra Police Department arrested him without incident that same evening. Holmberg is out of jail on $5,000 bond. Surveillance photos of suspects who might be involved in a string of auto repair shop break-ins in Houghton County have been released. Over 24 auto repair shops throughout the county have agreed to combine resources and offer a reward of more than $12,000 for information leading to the arrest and conviction of the person or persons responsible for the break-ins. Anyone with information regarding the incident is asked to call the Calumet Post of the Michigan State Police, Houghton County Sheriff's Department, or the Hancock Police Department. Details on the weather are coming up in a few minutes with ABC 10 meteorologist Adam Claiborne, but first let's take a check of the current conditions. Right now in Marquette it is 11 degrees outside with winds going southwest at about 6 miles per hour. In federal bankruptcy court today was the land holding company for one of the largest construction companies in the UP. The issue at the creditors meeting: one of 33 limited liability corporations formed by the founders of Moyle Construction in Houghton, involving 45 acres on which the entire construction complex sits. The Moyles filed for Chapter 11 reorganization. Thomas and Delise Moyle and their son Andrew are accusing the Associated Bank of Milwaukee of, quote, attacking them personally by foreclosing on a loan in which all payments were current. Their attorney says he'll propose a reorganization plan by April 1st, similar to their current fully secured 10-year bank loan, paying back about $150,000 per year. The Moyles claim claim that unless the bank stops attacking their finances, it will, quote, result in their inability to maintain the other debt obligations. The LLC loan is guaranteed by the Moyles and an Iron Mountain hotel they own, Country Inn and Suites. The couple face a personal state tax lien of $300,000, and the $54,000 balance will be paid off this spring. Deer hunters are upset and have told the Michigan Department of Natural Resources they're not happy with the change in their deer licenses and the fees that took effect this year. Hunters now must buy a base license for $11 in addition to a single or a combo deer license. The base license fees pay for conservation work and support the work of conservation officers. With the new funding, the DNR says it's been able to fill up UP jobs like wildlife biologists that they had to leave vacant for years.
We have now filled the Berga biologist position. We have one in Escanaba now. We hired a tech in Crystal Falls. So we are getting more people out in the field to do that work. So thankfully, that is going to be a trend that's changing now thanks to the license fee increases.
The additional license money has also allowed the DNR to make more than $1 million available for habitat grants this year on private and public land.
We definitely are doing what we can with that license fee money to do what we told hunters we're going to do. We're going to restore those staffing levels. We're going to get people in the field in strategic locations to improve our habitat management.
Deer can still be checked in through the first week of January since the late archery season is in progress until New Year's Day, and UP muzzleloader season hasn't started yet. With the disappointing deer season, it was the prime opportunity for the DNR Sportsman Coalition meeting to take place and discussions to be had. For Marquette County, the deer harvest was down an astonishing 59%. Tonight's meeting was open to individuals and all wildlife organizations to deal with problems, issues, and concerns. While fishing and duck season starting too soon were addressed, the main topic on everyone's mind couldn't be discussed soon enough.
Deer will be a hot topic. Tonight we have our deer program specialist is here with us tonight. Supplementing feeding permits just came out today, so we're going to talk about the opportunities for clubs to supplementally feed deer and those kinds of things and the rules and regulations that go with them.
If you do receive a supplemental deer feeding permit, you are asked to commit to feed the deer until May. There will be another meeting tomorrow at the DNR Pocket Park in Escanaba at 6 p.m. And if you haven't done so, the DNR is asking that you fill out the Deer Hunter Survey. Go to michigan.gov to enter in your results as well as any suggestions for next season. The Upper Peninsula experienced one of the largest amounts of snowfall ever last year, and the impact was clearly felt among local municipalities. ABC 10's Keweenaw Bureau reporter Sam Ali spoke with the head of engineering at Houghton County about how they are planning to tackle this year's anticipated snowfall that has already hit the ground.
A year later, and people in the western UP are still talking about the historic winter that dumped hundreds of inches of snow on the Copper Country. And this year, an early start to the winter means an early start to planning for the removal of the snow. The Houghton County Road Commission was one of the hardest hit in the UP in terms of their budget, a $500,000 deficit to be exact. Houghton County engineer Kevin Haryu says even if the budget does fall in the red, it doesn't change the game plan when snow is on the ground.
It is our obligation to make the roads safe for the motoring public. So if need be, we have to spend all our resources in the winter and then figure out what we can do in the summer with the remaining resources we have left.
He adds that the staff at the Road Commission has decreased by 20% since 2006, and many of the other road commissions across the UP are forced to do more with less. A new maintenance facility that is currently being constructed is one of the long overdue upgrades the Road Commission is getting. However, most of the money for that project is coming from an insurance policy from the old facility. Haryu says the biggest issue is with the snowplows themselves.
We have old equipment, which when you have that heavy wet snow like we had a lot of breakdowns. Our average one-way snowplow that people see driving down the road is either late 70s, early 80s. So they're old, tired plows, and the revenues aren't sufficient to replace them at this time.
The battle in Lansing continues over where funding for roads would come from, a debate that has dragged on for almost a year. Many municipalities are hopeful a solution comes soon because they sure could use the help.
If that new Senate bill goes through, in 4 years' time, that would increase our revenues by an additional $2 million, which would enable us to repair and replace equipment and do some more work with the townships on, paving local roads.
However, despite all the issues and difficulties, when snow needs to be plowed, you can rest assured that the plows will be out there to make it easier for everyone to get home safe. For ABC 10, CW5 News Now, I'm Sam Ali.
And gas prices are expected to continue to drop over the next few weeks. Some areas of the county could see gas at less than $2 a gallon. Prices in the UP aren't that low just yet, but are still well below prices we've seen over the past year. Baraga now has the lowest prices in the UP at $2.50 a gallon. The eastern UP continues to see some of the highest prices. Drummond Island's gas is $3.39 a gallon. Prices range across the state from $2.49 to $3.49 a gallon. Stay with us for more tonight on ABC 10 News Now. The weather forecast with meteorologist Adam Claiborne is straight ahead. But first, if you ever wanted to walk through a winter wonderland, we'll show you where to capture the magic. But first, here are your winning state lottery numbers for this evening. Back with more from ABC 10 News Now in just a moment.
Hairstyles for the ABC 10 News team are provided by Hair Etc.
The most adrenaline-packed hunting show from the region is back. Hardcore Pursuit is all geared up and ready to start hunting. Don't miss any of the action. Catch Hardcore Pursuit every Sunday morning at 9 on WBUP Channel 10.
Tonight, Sofia Vergara has an amazing body, but the face not so much.
Kimmel's got away with Sofia Vergara. Plus, find out who's naughty or nice and the finale of Do You Have What It Takes?
Can I give you a hug?
New Kimmel tonight on ABC.
She said yes. Celebrate and set the date. Then call Wolf Tracks to ensure you have the best DJ service in the area for your wedding reception. Just like you knew she was the one, you will know you are making the right choice in reception entertainment from the first song of the night to the last. Wolf Track's professional DJs have the experience and music selections to ensure your reception rocks, rolls, hits, hops, or honky-tonks. Whatever you want to hear, they can make it happen. Call 482-7700 to book your reception today.
I was feeling so alone.
I was going through a really difficult time.
I didn't want to bother anyone.
I didn't think they'd understand.
It was tough at first, but I did it.
I'm glad I asked for help.
I asked my teacher.
I asked my dad.
You can do this.
Whatever it is, ask for help.
If you're thinking about suicide or need support, call the Trevor Lifeline. Trained counselors are there to help 24/7.
Honey! I'm okay. I'm okay.
Walking through a winter wonderland. The UP already looks like a winter wonderland most of the time, and now you can experience the fun through an inside winter wonderland at the Peter White Public Library. Groups have been decorating their trees for the library's 20th annual Winter Wonderland Walk. The walk features dozens of Christmas trees decorated with different themes by various Marquette County families and organizations, and some homemade ornaments.
We made some little crafts with the kids today at the library, and there's snowman tea lights, and the kids decorated with earmuffs and hats, and we do this every year at the library with the Moms Club, and we sponsor a tree, and the kids hand make ornaments and hang them up on the tree.
The trees are spread throughout the library, and many residents come from all across the UP to take a walk through winter.
It's a great way to celebrate the holidays, just to celebrate what makes the UP special, and especially Marquette County. It kind of highlights the good things in our community, and it's just a festive, fun thing to do. And there's no obligations to, any certain religion or anything. It's just people come and celebrate what makes their part of the UP special. We have visitors that come all month long from all over the UP to come see this tree display, and they make a day of it, and this is one of their holiday stops, to come to Marquette and enjoy the festivities in town as well as the trees here in the library.
The Winter Wonderland Walk officially opens Sunday at 1 p.m. Sunday is also the library's holiday open house, featuring a sing-along, holiday refreshments, and the joy of Christmas. ABC 10 meteorologist Adam Claybons has details on what we can expect in our Winter Wonderland weather forecast. Adam?
All right, well, today we did see that cool air work its way in, and right now things are really beginning to cool off for us as we are seeing temperatures in the teens and getting close to that single-digit mark. We will be there as we get throughout the remainder of the night, but looking back at yesterday, things were below average yet again for our temperatures, 21 degrees for our high, while at 0 for our overnight low. Not quite the record back in the year of 1976 of -10, but already starting this month of December off on the chilly note, and as we take a look at temperatures today, still below average. 22 degrees in Houghton, 19 back in Ontonagon, while in the upper 20s in Munising and Manistee, and 24 down into Escanaba. Winds still breezy out of the northwest, 16 in Iron Mountain, 14 in Escanaba, and a very stiff wind coming out of the northwest here in Houghton at 29 miles per hour. Throughout the rest of the night, expect that winds will start to come out of the west, and then even as we head into tomorrow, starting to come in from the south, we'll begin to moderate temperatures a bit heading on later into the week, and we'll take a look at what that means for high temps as we get into the 7-day forecast. But frigid temperatures are back in the region tonight. Tomorrow on Thursday, sunshine, it does return, and we'll see partly sunny skies throughout the afternoon. Not going to be a completely sunny day, but we will see some rays from time to time peeked behind the clouds, and even as we head into the later parts of the week, that's when that milder air mass will arrive, and it's not going to last for long. It looks like things start to cool back off yet again, pushing us back closer to, I would say, the 20s as we go into the beginning of next week. But you can see that temperatures will become milder, especially for us on Friday. But this is the setup right now. We do have a cold air mass in place. The frigid air, the Arctic air, it's staying just to our north, although it does feel like things are going to be very chilly as we go into tomorrow. And that very cold air will continue to sweep its way off to the east as the milder air begins to set up, and we'll see that more in the plains. That will work its way eastward, and that's what we'll be looking out for as we get closer to the time around Friday. But here we go again. We'll be looking out for another disturbance coming to the south heading into the beginning of next work week. It looks like Monday is going to be the time frame for us, and it might be just enough mild air in place that we could start off with a rain-snow mix before changing straight back over to snow very quickly. Let's take a look now at our Futurecast model. Mostly cloudy, and then clouds will begin to break apart later this evening, seeing more of those clouds come in by tomorrow evening and going into tomorrow night, with a few areas possibly seeing a flurry or two, but chances are going to be very low for this, low 10%. So most likely we're not going to see anything at all, and that's what I'm going to put into the forecast: a dry Thursday and Friday. Tonight we'll be at 5 degrees, clouds breaking apart, northwest winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour for us on Thursday. Partly cloudy and chilly, south winds still around still breezy, 10 to 20 miles per hour. Highs at 24 in Lawrence, 24 in Ontonagon, and at 21 at Crystal Falls, and sitting at 26 in Munising. Our day planner, we'll see highs work their way into the lower 20s before dropping off in the teens by tomorrow night. And our 7-day forecast, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, all look to be dry for us, but look at temperatures on Friday, barely getting to that freezing mark before we head into Saturday. Another reinforcing shot of cooler air, but the highs will push their way back into the 30s yet again, so almost going back and forth as we head into the weekend before that system does come in on Monday. Primarily, it does look to be a snowmaker for us. Like I said before, it could be a few raindrops at the beginning of the precipitation before the cool air arrives, and we'll see the highs push back down to the 20s by Tuesday.
Thanks, Adam. While there is no rescue to the frigid temperatures we will be experiencing tonight, the Coast Guard was able to rescue a male boater. A vessel adrift and taking on water in Lake Michigan yesterday provided a scare for a man out boating. Thanks to the efforts of the local Coast Guard unit, the 34-year-old male is now safe. The Coast Guard sector Sault Ste. Marie received a call just before 11:30 a.m. yesterday from a man saying his boat was disabled about 3 miles northwest of Cross Village. The Coast Guard cutter Mackinac was diverted to the incident and found the man about 2 hours later. The man and his vessel were towed to shore in Cross Village. Coast Guard officials want to remind all boaters to take the necessary safety precautions to ensure a safe outing, including making sure you have a marine radio to call for help. And coming up in sports, the Pistons and Spartans both needed overtime in their basketball games tonight, and there was just one girls basketball game in the UP this evening. Next in sports, right here on ABC 10 News Now.
Baking for the holidays can be a frustrating task. Well, here's the solution. My Dump Cakes cookbook, filled with quick, easy, and delicious holiday recipes. Just dump and bake for the best cakes ever. Here's my holiday fruit cake. Start with some cherry pie filling and canned fruit cocktail. Dump on a chocolate cake mix and pour on a cherry cola. That's it. Just bake for a warm holiday cake all your guests will love. Or whip up these festive layer bars. Melt some butter and sprinkle on some graham cracker crumbs. Add sweetened condensed milk, coconut, Rice Krispies, chocolate chips, and M&Ms. You'll love it. So don't stress during the holidays. Get my Dump Cake cookbook with delicious holiday recipes for just $10. But wait, call now and you can get my amazing Dump Dinner cookbook with easy meals like my deeply delish pizza or my hearty beef and pasta dump dish. You can get both cookbooks for just $10. Here's how to order.
Call 1-800-659-9043. But hurry, and you can get a special offer Dump Dinners book with all of today's orders, but you must call now. 1-800-659-9043. Call now.
Addiction. There was a day when the word addiction was just another word. If you're battling addiction, it's not easy to ask for help. It's hard to admit you really need it. End Addiction would like to help you. End Addiction can help you get immediate admission into a recovery center near you. Call End Addiction.
1-800-467-5712.
Many insurance plans will pay up to $30,000 for the cost of getting you help with no money out of pocket. It's not easy to talk about your addictions or those of someone you care about. It's hard for you to experience, and it's hard for them to watch. The first step to ending addiction starts with one free, private, and no obligation call. Addiction. There can be a day when the word is just another word again. Your life is not over. There are things you still need to do. The first thing is to call End Addiction.
1-800-467-5712. 1-800-467-5712.
Two girls basketball teams had the attention all to themselves tonight. Good Wednesday evening, everyone. It seemed like every high school girls basketball team was in action Tuesday night. However, Gwynn and Ishpeming had to wait one more day to make their season debut. The Model Towners made the trip to Ishpeming to take on Tom Grays and the Hematites. First quarter, Gwynn with the ball. Ellie Olsen feeds Tori Lauren down low. Lauren gets the hoop in the harm. 3-0 Model Towners. Ishpeming scores 3 points with just one shot. From the left wing, it's Morgan Skidda hitting a line drive three-pointer to tie things up at 3 apiece. And the Hematites were just getting started scoring buckets. Jessica Spencer hits the cutting Kaylee Engler, who puts it off the glass and in for 2. Engler finished with a game-high 21 points. Jessica Spencer played this game with a bum right ankle. The ankle, feeling pretty good there in the three-point bucket. Cora Swanson with the helper. Back comes Gwynn. Jordan Hutchins gets Tiara Taylor the ball, and Taylor, just a freshman, hits the basket and the foul. Ishpeming, though, would take control of the game, winning it 59-37. Marissa Mino scored 15 points for Ishpeming in her varsity debut. In women's basketball action tonight, Finlandia, the Lady Lions fell at Northwestern Minnesota 61-48. Ontonaga's Brooke Tureen led the Lady Lions with 11 points. Superior Central native Briera Ruska Passinen chipped in with 10 for Finlandia. College basketball in Wisconsin right now. A good win between number 2 Duke and number 4 Wisconsin. Teams going back and forth. Right now, with under 5.5 minutes to go, Duke leads Wisconsin 63-58. We'll take a look at that game for you tomorrow at 5:30 right here on ABC 10. For the last 50 years, the Negaunee Invitational Basketball Tournament has become a part of life here in the Upper Peninsula, and as of today, the tournament is now a part of the history books. Negaunee Basketball Incorporated, the group that puts on the NIT, disbanded earlier today. The group, about 10 people that put on the month-long tournament every year. After last year's 50th anniversary celebration, John Basolo, who has served as the NIT tournament director the last 35 years, said that he wanted to see the annual tournament go out on a high note, and fortunately for him, it did.
It gave us great satisfaction to be able to do this for this long a time, but it comes to a point sooner or later that you have to say you're not equipped anymore to run the tournament. To have a quality event, you need a lot of people, and we just didn't have the numbers.
Now, within minutes of making the news public, Pozzolo said that he received several phone calls and texts from players who had participated in past tournaments.
On my way up here, I had 2 calls, one out of Indianapolis and one out of Ohio. Teams had come up here and wondering what's going to happen to the tournament and thanking us for all the years that we put in and all the friends that they had made up here. And they both said that they love the people of Marquette County and the UP and the basketball tournament as well. And that's very satisfying for us that put on this event, and we're thankful for that.
All of the remaining funds left in the organization have been dispersed to local charities and organizations. That's a good thing. As of right now, there is no NIT tournament planned for 2015. That could change, however, according to Pozzolo, if someone steps up to run the tournament. And by the way, the tournament attracted more than 100 teams to the city of Negaunee each and every year. Let's talk a little hockey this evening. The enemy Wildcats went 2-2 in the always difficult 4-game stretch in the 12-day getaway in Alaska. Walt Kyle said this afternoon that the toughest part about the Alaska trip is always the first series after being on the road. It will be a matchup of top 20 teams this weekend at the Barrie Events Center, with number 14 Bowling Green coming to town. The Falcons have won 6 of their last 7 games. NMU and Bowling Green have a recent history against each other, especially come postseason time.
We're fairly familiar with this team over the last couple of years. They've eliminated us in the playoffs a couple of years in a row. We played them in this building late last year. They have some good young talent, and that talent's kind of matured over the last couple of years. I think their coach, Chris Bergeron, has done an exceptional job. They're a very hard team to play against. They got a great work ethic, and we will have our hands full.
This will definitely be our most challenging game for this year before the break, I'd say. They're a good team, and we've had sort of a rivalry in the past. We've had some struggles with them, so it's a big weekend for us.
Yeah, the travel back is tough. Leaving after a game on Saturday night and kind of losing a day is one thing, but a lot of teams have to do it throughout the year, and it's our turn to do it, and we just got to make sure that we're prepared on Friday night.
By the way, NMU has the #1 ranked defense in all of college hockey, giving up a stingy, and I mean very, very stingy, 1.17 goals per contest. That guy right there, Matthias Dahlstrom, I'm guessing something to do with that a little bit. Puck drop both nights, Friday and Saturday from the Barrie, set for 7:07 p.m. Should be a fun series. Get to it to keep yourself up to date. Every sports story, local, regional, or national.
And coming up, the spirit of Christmas will be echoed around the UP this weekend as the Negaunee Male Chorus puts on their annual winter concert. Stay with us. We'll be right back with ABC 10 News Now returns.
From the Letterman Show to live at the Orpheum Theater, Steve Maison and Raise the Wolf, a hilarious 90-minute comedy show for the benefit of the Copper Country Humane Society.
Any place still giving you a key is basically saying, welcome. We haven't renovated in the past 40 years. Enjoy your stay. And the typewriter in our business center.
Enjoy some holiday humor and help the Copper Country Humane Society Saturday, December 13th at the Orpheum Theater.
We served our country like those before us.
The camaraderie is what kept me going. It was a dangerous area. All of Vietnam was dangerous.
I didn't know what to expect when I got back.
For the first 10 years after I got out, no one would have known that I was in the service.
I got home, got married 2 weeks later, got a job.
We came back, built lives, families, and communities, but we still had challenges.
The carnage of war left an indelible mark on me.
I would have intrusive thoughts. They're horrible nightmares.
Services and support that can help are available for veterans.
I went to the VA, talked to my doctor.
I started doing groups. I started doing one-on-one counseling.
We found ways to move past these challenges for ourselves and for our families. At MakeTheConnection.net, you can hear our stories and find tools and services available to you.
The more I talk to people, family, friends, other vets, the better I feel.
Mom.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who wants to care of you.
See, be, care, share, gifts and more. Nature Explore. For the children in your life, visit Nature Explore at arborday.org.
It's all about the men this weekend as the Negaunee Male Chorus is getting ready for its annual Christmas concert that has been going on for more than 8 decades. The group of about 30 males will perform a variety of songs to entertain anyone who's looking for a bit of holiday spirit. The group has been performing since 1930, and this annual event is a Negaunee tradition that's not to be missed.
It's fun to sing. I started because of my father, but you know, once you kind of get into it, you get addicted to it, and it's a good time. It's not just singing. There's a lot of people hacking it up at practice and having a good time and cracking jokes, and it's an outlet. It's a way to, you know, relieve some stress in life.
This is the group's Christmas concert, but they do a big spring concert as well. They will perform more than a dozen Christmas favorites this Saturday.
There's classical Christmas songs, and then there's different takes on classical Christmas songs, a couple silly Christmas songs, so kind of a variety of everything, so everybody should be happy with one song or another.
The Negaunee Male Chorus members say they are in need of tenors right now. The Christmas concert takes place Saturday at 7 p.m. at the Negaunee Auditorium, and tickets are $10. Thanks for joining us on ABC 10 News Now. Jimmy Kimmel is next.